And I think it's quite on the cards that we may have drugs which will profoundly change our mental states without doing us any harm. I mean, this is the pharmacological revolution which has taken place, that we have now powerful mind-changing drugs which, physiologically speaking, are almost costless. I mean, they are not like opium or like cocaine, which do change the state of mind, but leave terrible results physiologically and morally.
Today, I want to talk about drugs. What you just listened to was taken from an interview in which Aldous Huxley was discussing the role of drugs in society. More specifically, it was in response to the potential use and misuse of instruments and methods of control in said society. It's no secret that Huxley was always an advocate for, shall we say, exploratory drug use. But how can we use his lessons and apply them to our own lives? I want to use two stories written by Huxley in which drug use is practiced prominently: Brave New World and Island. These novels can be compared endlessly in terms of politics, consciousness, and even sex, but I want to focus on just one thing. Now, you most likely heard or even read Brave New World, but for those not aware, it takes place several hundred years in the future, in the year 632 after Ford, in a society ruled by the world state. People are grown as nearly identical embryos in bottles and conditioned to remove deep desires, more specifically, the need for human relationships and strong emotions. Members of the society indulge in a drug called soma. Now, more on that in a minute. Island is a novel written by Huxley 30 years after Brave New World was published. And to me, it serves as the perfect antithesis to the dystopian world in which the denizens of the world state inhabit. It follows William Farnaby as he experiences the island of Pala. Crime is almost non-existent, children are taught to accept others, to actively handle their anger, and to make most of their individual talents. Families even bond together to raise children in these things called mutual adoption clubs, which allows for children to learn the many ways in which families function and interact. All of these lessons spill over into adulthood, in which the coming-of-age ritual is taking a hallucinogenic called moksha. Both of these novels take drastically different stances on drug use. In Brave New World, soma is described as euphoric, narcotic, and pleasantly hallucinant. To put it plainly, it's used to distract the masses. Soma is a hedonistic drug in which the people indulge in to remove themselves from their current experiences. It gives its users a holiday from the facts, as one of the characters so candidly announces. That line is from a larger quote, which I'd like to discuss. He goes on to say, "There's always soma to calm your anger, to reconcile you to your enemies, to make you patient and long-suffering. In the past, you could only accomplish these things by making a great effort and after years of hard moral training. Now you swallow 2 or 3 gram tablets, and there you are. Anybody can be virtuous. You can carry at least half your morality about in a bottle. Christianity without tears. That's what soma is." I think this quote sums up quite clearly what soma is for so many people in the novel. And that is manufactured authenticity. It serves as a surrogate for true human connection. Those 2 or 3 half-gram tablets give you everything you could possibly need. But while we're on the topic of authenticity, I want to bring Island into the conversation. In Island, moksha is a hallucinogenic entheogen derived from a native mushroom. It is used sparingly to augment the daily meditation that most of the island's inhabitants practice, one character stating he uses it once or twice per year. One of the characters in the novel rejects moksha medicine, claiming it to not be real. But of course, in his world, real refers exclusively to the outside world, the tangible. What Dr. Robert McPhail, one of our main characters' guides to this island, posits is that reality is nothing but an echo of our perceptions of the world around us. He uses music as an example. Even if it doesn't refer to anything outside of itself, it's still the most important thing that ever happened to you. Like music, only incomparably more so. So maybe the whole thing does happen inside one's skull. Maybe it is private and there's no unitive knowledge of anything but one's own physiology. And to that he says, who cares? The fact remains that the experience can open one's eyes and make one blessed and transform one's whole life. So, what Dr. McPhail was trying to say is that just because it's happening inside your head doesn't make it any less real. Moksha is the ideological and physiological antithesis to Soma. Moksha represents the true acceptance of what it means to be human. It's the embrace of authentic interaction. It's used as a tool to develop internally as much as externally. What both novels are trying to drive home is that authenticity requires effort. While Soma makes it easy to fake meaningful interactions, you are still left hollow and devoid of any existential meaning. Moksha, on the other hand, expands your experiences and forces you to look inside yourself for a deeper understanding. At this point, I think it's obvious that Soma and Moksha serve as a vehicle for a deeper philosophy. Philosophy that urges a society to embrace its idiosyncrasies rather than reject them in order to gain a deeper understanding of itself. The relationships these characters have with these drugs show us how our internal worlds drive how we interact with our external environments. The people of Brave New World are hollow, bereft of any purpose. To them, Soma is the escape to the authentic, which their subconsciouses so strongly desire. While the inhabitants of Pala use drugs as a tool to explore their inner world in ways not done before. To bring it back to the real world, I think it's quite clear that the drug used in these novels doesn't exist in a vacuum. The societies in which they are indulged in facilitate the use of each respective drug. But we can take the thesis, Brave New World, and the antithesis, Ireland, and form a proper synthesis to fit our daily lives. This synthesis will require a balance of those ideals so it can fit into our current regime. Huxley was trying to tell us that empowering the individual to expand his or her mind and perspective is imperative to growing the society in which the individual inhabits. A society is made of people, and when growth begins at the singular level, that is when true progress happens. So, I encourage you to delve deeper into yourself, to descend headfirst into your consciousness, to develop and find what is truly authentic. You might be surprised what you find. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my video. I had a blast making it, and this was my first time kind of diving into this kind of format, so any constructive feedback would be really great from you guys, but I really hope to make a lot more of these in the future. I had a lot of fun and I want to keep doing this, so see you guys in the next one. Thanks.